guy from the hamburger train, right?
What's up, guys? How you doing tonight? Chilling? Hanging out? It's nighttime where I'm at. Just wanted to put up a video, just to kind of talk. It's not really a vlog. I would say it is a review. How about that? It is a review. Good old home juice. I'm going to do a review on the Derringer. Everybody's done the Derringer. But if you notice, my airflow looks different, right? It's because I take out inside airflow control. I'm doing dual coil, so I don't need it. You know, on these small RDAs, you always need to build your coils on the outside, almost touching your outside barrel. That way you don't get much spit back. The spit back can be unbearable at times. It ruins the small RDAs, I feel like. Anybody else that has a small RDA and builds their coils to the middle, you know, it spits back like a motherfucker, especially when you first build a coil and you first put your cotton in and you're getting it going. I mean, it spits back like crazy. It will ruin the experience. So, the airflow on this one is nice. We'll get down and dirty with it here in a second. I'll give you all the specs on the inside control, or the inside airflow control, and the size of the hole and all that. I've liked the Derringer. I've went to the Derringer between RDAs. You know, I would try out this RDA, that RDA, and every time in between them, I would go back to the Derringer. Now the problem is the velocity has really taken that spot. So the RDA I go to in between trying them, kind of I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but the Derringer was by far one of my favorites for a long time, and one of my first RDAs that I love to build on and use. And you know, the velocity definitely took its place. I would venture to say that it's probably one of the best RDAs that's been out on the market in the last well, shit, I guess it's been 9 months now. I think it really changed the game. It really started getting people to look at small RDAs and how they liked them, how they used them, different tips and tricks on as far as stopping the spit back and everything. The velocity has been my best friend, and I'm going to be sending this off to a buddy of mine for a review so he tries it out. He never got to experience the Derringer, and I hope he likes it. I'm going to keep the build on here. I'll take the wick out and everything and show you guys the deck, and I'll give you all the specs on it and everything. But anyways, we'll dive down, get down and dirty with it. Here we go. Alright guys, we're down and dirty here with the Derringer. Here's the top cap. Let's take the drip tip off. I love this drip tip. It's kind of started a fad with kind of the shorty, big bore drip tips. Let me measure the inside of it for you. It is 9 millimeters on the inside, and I have used this drip tip on other devices for a long time. The slotted air holes on this thing are 8 millimeters wide by 2.5 tall. Now, I do not run the inside airflow control hardly ever, which is this. All right, we'll go to the deck. I'll show you the deck here. I just got done cleaning my coils. It is 28 gauge. It's 28 gauge twisted. Oh, I take that back. 26 gauge twisted. It comes out to a 0.5. And the negatives are slotted. So the negative juice holes are 1.5 by 2.5 hexagon. The middle one is a little over 1.5 and a little under 2, so 1.75 millimeters, which is something that you usually don't see very often. The juice well on this thing is 4 millimeters. Believe it or not, it's 4 millimeters, which is awesome for a little RDA. This has peak insulator. It's gold plated center pin, or center post. The center pin is gold plated and it is adjustable. Really nice 5-10 threads on this thing, and I like it. It protrudes out a pretty good bit, and that's all the way tight. I haven't had any problems with the middle spinning at all. Even though it's all round, I'm sure in time it will spin, but as long as I've had it, shit, 7 months, 8 months now. Never had it spin, haven't had any problems. The negatives are milled into the deck, which is super nice, super nice. I'm trying to find my pointer. Where is it? We'll use this. So right there, you have your airflow control, or you have your slotted air holes, or shit, I cannot get this out right. You have your slotted wire leads where you can trap them. Like I said, they're 1.5 by about 2.5. And I got a twisted build in here, and it works out just fine. You can see there's a step up. So you have that's where your barrel goes right there, and then your inside steps up. So your build, if you look at that side profile, it's got to be out, because where this is a small RDA, if you had it built real close to your post, you'd get a lot of spit back. So I have it built out a little bit, so I can run the inside barrel if I want. Now the inside barrel, this is how you put it together. You line up your holes. You have dual holes here. Now, each one of these holes are 2mm. Now the authentic, the air holes are cut at an angle to make like a cyclone. Make like a cyclone, so when you hit it, it would spin. But which I don't think it would really matter anyways. I have the clone here, and they're just straight drilled. I have 3 of them, 2mm, and then there's the single air hole right there. You can see there's none on the back side, so there's none back there. So that's your single, that's your dual. They're on both sides, and you would line that up with your coils, and that goes onto your first O-ring. You look in there, so you have your air holes matched up with your coil. Then you would take your outside and you would match up how you would want. 2 holes, 1 hole, all the holes. I usually run all the holes on this. So instead of the holes showing, I could have actually built this out a little farther. Instead of using the inside, I just use the outside cap and click it right on there. And one problem I've found with the Derringer is no matter what, you get juice on the inside of this cap, alright? And when you go to push it down, some will squish out right here at the bottom. Which, as long as you keep a paper towel in your pocket, if you're an RDA vapor in general, you're going to keep a paper towel in your pocket, so that way you can clean it off. Alright, this has got Phillips instead of grub screws, which I don't care either way. I'd rather have grub screws if they're done right. And then there's the top cap. And I do like this top cap because it doesn't show you the single air hole option. So you have your dual air hole option and no single. It's all done on the inside, which is nice. So if you're not going to run a single air hole or a single coil, I would say just take out that inside airflow control ring. I would just take that out. And on average, I drip from 12 to 16 drops, and that's good. And then I'll run it till my cotton seems to start to taste like it's maybe not as juicy. It's not as flavorful, so I'll drip about 12 to 16 more, and that's about what I've been running, and it's worked good. This has been a good RDA. I mean, it's been my go-to. It's been what I've been rocking for a while, off and on. I've kind of been always all my other RDAs I get, I kind of run it off this platform to see how it stands up against it. I have a screw loose there. I need to tighten up. Let me tighten it up now. Where is my screwdriver? I don't think this is little enough. Let me see. Yeah, it is. It'll work. That one's tight. Now, I did notice when building this thing that you can clip your leads, but this isn't the authentic. So I'm sure if you got the authentic, let's see if I can do this on camera. I'm sure if you got the authentic, that it wouldn't have that issue with the grub screws. I never took these screws out and cleaned up the bottom of the threads to where it would not clip the leads. But anyways, I got it tight there. But this is the Derringer. I know everybody's done a review on it, but I just wanted to show you mine and give you my opinions on it. And I wanted to again get a review up. I like the 4mm deep juice well. On a little RDA like this, it's perfect, man. And it's so small. I mean the total height on this thing, let me get my calipers out here. Just the total height without the drip tip is 13 millimeters. Only 13 millimeters high. And with the drip tip, let me get it on camera here. With the drip tip, it is 24. So 24 millimeters high. And it is a 22 millimeter dripping atomizer. And I love this thing, man. I'm a big fan. And like I said, I don't use the inside airflow control ring that often. And if I do, you know, with these coils, I've made sure I've built close enough in where it can accommodate the airflow control ring or without. But if you're not going to use this at all, I would build my coils out farther, and that way all your coils can hide off from that airflow hole, and that way if you do get any spit back, it'll be at a minimum. You'll get good flavor that way too. Anyways, that's the Derringer, guys. We'll take it back up and I'll finish this out. Thanks. Alright, we're back from the down and dirty, and I showed you all the specs. I showed you with the build deck and everything, the build quality. I got this from Angelcigs. The build quality is pretty good on this thing. It's hit and miss. It's a crapshoot with Angelcigs. Take another hit off my wine. It's a crapshoot with some of these clones, but for $8-9, you know, it's worth the chance. With the inside airflow control ring out of it, I love it. To me, it's like almost perfect airflow, almost perfect. Good flavor, good cloud production. I have it on a series box right now, running series. This is Zeb. This is the Vigor box by Zeb Vapes. I'll do a review on it, but it's a 3D printed series box mod. I'll give you all the specs on it another time, but got some reviews up this weekend. But anyways, this was on the Derringer. The Derringer has been one of my favorites. I know I said it before the down and dirty section, but I've really liked this thing. I appreciate you guys subscribing, checking me out. Make sure you comment. I like seeing the comments. Some people have sent me emails, regularvapedude@gmail.com. I'll put it right here on the screen so you guys have it. If you want to email me on a personal level to ask me questions, you know, I've got some battery questions and some videos people want to see come up, and I'm going to get them up. So I really appreciate it. It's been awesome. I've really procrastinated on the reviewing aspect of it all, and I'm glad I'm touching the waters. I'm glad I'm jumping into it. You guys have been really awesome, and I know I've said the word awesome how many times now? I'm gonna count. I'll put it on the screen how many times I've said the word awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. But anyways, Derringer, good. You can't beat this. If you get a clone, it's been a crapshoot, just like any of them, man. The one at Angelcigs I got was good. They have a big caliper at Angelcigs, and the top cap's a little bit bigger, kind of like the tugboat size. I've heard, I think Fresh 03 does DIY and is on the reviewer's queue and stuff. Fresh, he has a big caliper, loves it more than the regular Derringer, and I think it just opens up the inside chamber, so you're going to get a little bit different of an experience as you're vaping it. But the spit back isn't going to be an issue. The spit back hasn't been an issue for this one because I built my coils out, you know, right to the edge.
Good flavor, man. I'm telling you, it's a good RDA. It's been my go-to, and it's so small. I mean, I think that's the bonus is you get another RDA that's like this, and it's bigger, and you're not getting any bonuses from having a bigger RDA.
Yay, you know, 12 to 14 drips after I notice my cotton's getting weak. 12 to 14 drops is about perfect, and then I'll get about 5 to 6 pulls after that, and then I'll have to drip again. But it just depends on how hot your build is and how much cotton you have and what size your coil is. You know, it's all dependent on what you build in it and what kind of juice you're running and all that. But anyways, that was the Derringer, man. If you guys have any questions, comment, email me, whatever you got to do. All right, peace and chicken grease. Later.